Hello, I'm Tim Rogers here at the Electronic 3 2019 for Kotaku.com, and I just want to let you know that I have to go to the bathroom really, really bad. I drank a big cup of free coffee immediately before we sat down, and this is going to be very uncomfortable for me. I'm here with Goichi Suda, director of the No More Heroes series at Grasshopper Manufacture, and that includes the upcoming No More Heroes 3, or 3 More Heroes, as they should have called it. I'm also joined by Robin Atkin Downs, the voice of Travis Touchdown. Let's do this.
Let's kill.
팀, 元気?
元気かな?
ティム昔グラスホッパーのスタッフだった。
俺は昔バカ野郎だった. Robin Atkin Downs, the voice of Travis Touchdowns.
Oh man, thank you. Great role.
What's it like to voice a character whose last name is so similar to your last name?
Why? Because it's touchdown and downs?
Yeah.
I guess pretty cool.
No More Heroes 3. I thought there were no more heroes. You found more heroes?
いやもう3回目だよ。なかなかヒーローはなくならないからね。
So in a way, are you not giving the audience what the title promises?
ティム変わんないな、やっぱ昔から。全然変わってない。いつもこんな感じなんだよね。
Same as always.
コタク大丈夫？見かけたんだけど、オインクボで一緒に歩いた彼女はその後どうなったのかな。
別れた.
We need some tissues.
別れた。
まあいいや、もう次質問行こう質問。
別れた。
You sound like you're emulating his voice. Maybe when you worked at Grasshopper, you thought it's pretty cool to. You like Goichi Suda's sound, so you wanted to emulate that.
When I first moved to Japan, it was an opportunity to reinvent my voice. And I wanted to sound like all the cool Japanese dudes that I met.
You do.
Because I started doing it subconsciously, and then it just became my real voice. So, No More Heroes 3 for the Nintendo Switch. How is this happening? Why did you decide to make a No More Heroes again? Why are there more heroes?
やっぱりファンからの要望がすごく大きくて、やっぱナンバリングを作ってほしい。今年トラビス・ラクス・アゲインを出したんですけども、その前からもうずっと前からかな、やっぱりナンバリングの3が欲しいっていうファンからの声があって、やっぱそれを実現するために、今回ようやくこうやって発表できました。しかもこうやってロビンがわざわざ来てくれて、このツーショット初めてだからね。
Which is pretty exciting for me to finally meet you after working on several of your games. And the reason I'm down here also is to, first of all, thank you for bringing Travis back again. And but I wanted to say a big thank you to all of the fans that supported Travis Strikes Again in your quest to do No More Heroes 3, and here we are, we're doing it. So this is really exciting, very excited.
I just want to say that when Robin came in, we were still setting our camera up, and when Robin came in and Suda and Robin saw each other, they hugged each other very joyfully for somewhat of a long time. And I was wishing we hadn't filmed that. So possibly after the interview, if we can get you to hug again on camera, so we can cut it in. I would like that, because it was such a tender moment. And at E3, in all the video game news, you lose those tender moments sometimes.
I think for me working on the games, there's been so many years in between each game, and well, I've never met you before. So all of those experiences, recording, like I was telling Goichi Suda, the laughs, the discoveries of how Travis came about, and the through line of the character. Just kind of was all there when I saw him, so it was like exciting, if that makes sense.
So is No More Heroes 3 a continuation of Travis Strikes Again? What's happening with Travis? What's he up to? How is he doing?
ちょうど TSA のエンディングからだいたい2年後の話がこのノーマーヒーローズ3になります。だからストーリーとしてはすごくつながってますね。その深いつながりがある。何があったのかっていうのも含めて、トラビスの物語っていうものがどういうふうに進行していくのかっていうのは、すごくファンのみんなに期待してほしいところかもしれない。
He still has the beam katana, I guess.
Yeah, もちろん、of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Beam katana.
How long has the game been in development?
プロトタイプが終わったところ ですね。まだでも半年前後とかそのぐらい。
And about when can we expect the game to come out?
Next year.
2020. Travis at the Tokyo Olympics. No More Heroes is a video game about bosses, in my opinion. It's all the bosses are the sweet stuff. The bosses are the tasty stuff. The bosses are delicious. It's all about delicious bosses. So, can you tell us anything about bosses?
OK。でもよくわかってるね。2の開発の時いたっけ？
Ita. Yeah, I was there.
いたよね。
いた。
俺ね、ごめんねロビン。ごめんね、ティムでごめんね、本当に。なんか教える、本当？どうしようかな。でもリークするからさ、コタクってすぐリークするじゃん。
だって、Kotakuは俺の家賃を払ってるので。
そっか、しょうがないね、それ。
しょうがない。リークしなきゃいけない。
まあでも懐かしいボスが復活するっていうことは言っておきましょう。
That's a scoop.
Second time around is even sweeter.
100% sweeter every time. So how do you get into character for playing Travis Touchdown? What's that like?
It's different for Travis. I start on the toilet. That's where it all begins. You know, first you got to release everything, and then be open to whatever this guy writes, and it's out there. So just kind of get in the studio, have an open mind, and usually the first time I'm seeing is when I get there, and I look at the page, and that's what we're working on. So it's very exciting.
What's one of your favorite lines you've recorded as Travis?
Can we swear?
Oh, go for it. Go totally wild.
Well, I might blow out the mic, but one of my favorites is when he flies up in the air and he lands and he goes, "Fuckhead!" It's one of them.
What's one of the lines you've done the most takes on? That it took.
Requests. I'm trying to remember the exact line where he says, "Oh God, what is the line about funerals?" It's some people. I don't know. This is really rude. I believe it was the first one where he says, "Some people like to fuck at funerals." And then what is the end line? I should know this.
Our readers are wild. They'll go for whatever.
まあでもやっぱ俺が聞きたい萌えを聞きたいかな、ロビンの萌えを。
Moe?
Moe.
Oh, very good.
Some people like to make love at funerals. I prefer cutting heads off. Moe. I think so, yeah. Killer 7. It was at Salami Studios. I think you were in the back. Yeah, you were in the back of the room.
そうそう。で、1の時も多分。
We met through Chris Zimmerman, who directed all of, yeah. I think we met during the recording of 2, because it was 2 days of recording at Salami.
So you were in Killer 7. That was 2005?
I think that was 2005, and I can't remember the character. I was playing this big guy in a wheelchair.
そうそうそう。いや、ハーマンかな。いや。
So it was interesting that you and Chris brought me in for Travis, because I remember the first session recording the voice, trying to find the voice of Travis. And when I first spoke like Travis, you said, "That's it." And Chris said, "Okay, he really likes that." And I felt uncomfortable at first, like, this sounds kind of weird to be talking like this, you know? But now it's become very natural, and it's just sort of, that's the way the character is. So now it feels normal for Travis.
Do you ever find yourself talking like Travis in everyday life?
No.
That's probably good, right?
Yeah.
What directions did you give him for his voice when you were first looking for Travis Touchdown's voice in No More Heroes?
まあそのどんな人物なのかやっぱ性格のところを多分ロビンに伝えて、でまあとにかく普段バカで頭おかしくて面白おかしいやつで酒ばっか飲んでて、でもオタクでだけど決めるときは決めるかっこいい男っていう、だからそれをとにかくもうやっぱりテキストどんどんボイスを喋ってもらいながらこう役作りをどんどんしていった感じで、まず最初にね必ず声を決めるんですけども、その声が決まった段階からセリフがどんどん、追加されていく中でトラビスのキャラクターがどんどん出来上がっていった感じなんですよね。
Like I said, at first it seemed very strange. It was unlike any. I mean, I've been fortunate. I've been in hundreds of games and productions, and it was probably the most awkward feeling voice at first. I felt like it was a little bit out of character. I thought it was a little bigger than usual. But, I guess part of these characters, I forget there's a name for them, for these Japanese characters. So they're cool, but they're also kind of douchey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the name of that? There's a name.
We're gonna have to maybe.
There's a name in anime for these particular types of heroes. They're heroes, but there's something a little bit off about them. They think they're a little bit too cool. There's a name for that, isn't there? He's a cool guy, but he's a little bit of a jerk, you know?
ハンターのサイバリオみたいな感じやあと日本とルパン三世とかもそうなんだけども
Lupin, like those kind of characters.
いやいやいや
Well, the important thing is, for an actor and as a voice actor, when a character is written well, the lines jump off the page, and it's very easy to get into the character. So he's a great creator of characters. They're very clear, and so when you look at it, it's like reading a good book.
Yeah.
You all of a sudden get sucked into the story and the characters, and so for me as an actor, that's what's happened with Travis. It's like once you get in the booth, even if a couple of years have gone by, once you say a couple of lines, it just flows.
Travis has a lot of the. So when I first started working at Grasshopper a long time ago, it was when No More Heroes 1 was getting ready to come out, and I remember playing the game a little bit and seeing because it was in English with Japanese subtitles, because in Japan the game was released with English voiceover. So I remember playing that and reading the subtitles and thinking, and then hearing the voice. And at that time in my life, I had done some translation before. I translated some manga from Japanese into English. I remember hearing the English and being like, wow, the translators had like such a good time translating it. Because the Japanese was just, the Japanese was wild. And then the English was equally wild. And I just remember thinking, wow, I couldn't have done this. Translation style is slightly too intellectual. I don't have fun with my translation style.
Whoever's doing that is doing a great job, because I don't know what the Japanese is. I don't know what the Japanese translation, but the English that I'm getting it's super cool. It's got some rock and roll to it. It's out there, but it's different. It's got its own type of feel, something very unique.
Do the translators ever thank you personally for writing such fun, weird words?
あるような気がするかな
Can I ask, because I haven't heard you speak in English, so in Japanese, when he speaks, are his words as flowery and as the way he writes?
ああそうなんだあ本当にああよかったあ
そうと思う. I agree.
あ本当にそうだ
Being in meetings with Suda-san when I used to work at Grasshopper was informative to my study of speaking Japanese.
あ本当にありがとうそう言ってくれるの嬉しいなそうちゃんとしたこと言えるじゃんありがとう
ちゃんとしたこと。
ちゃんとしたこと
すみません.
I guess one of the things I was wondering about is how you came up with a character. Was it a mixture of growing up with samurai movies maybe and little Johnny Knoxville, or there was a reference in the beginning to Johnny Knoxville?
確かにジャッカスのジョニー・ノックスビルのまず見た目スタイルみたいなもので彼らのバカバカしさみたいなものはすごくベースにあってそこにやっぱ日本のヒーローのイメージもあったりとかまさに侍ですよねあと僕ヤクザ映画が好きなので仁義なき戦いっていう映画があるんですけどもそこの主人公たちのイメージもすごく投影して書きましたね
You obviously, did you grow up playing, is a lot of Travis's background based on your life? Did you hang out at the video game store? And
いやいやゲーセンではもちろん遊んでたしそうですねあとはまあちょっと殺しのバイトしたりとかそのぐらいはその共通点としてあるかもしれない
We used to go to the bowling alley, me and a friend, we'd skip, one of the classes and play pinball and, Tetris and Centipede, whatever was going. Yeah.
So, Suda-san, a minute ago you mentioned that you used to murder dudes as a part-time job. Who was the strongest dude you ever murdered? What's the story there?
あれはそうだねやっぱワニが強かったかなワニが
If you have time before you go back, we should meet at El Carmen. It's a Mexican place. I think it's on 3rd Street, and it's a place where Travis would hang out. When you go in, it's dark. First of all, the margaritas are amazing, but all around the walls are the Mexican wrestling masks. It's a pretty cool place. We should do an interview there. That would be cool. Have a few margaritas, then see what happens.
そうまずそうロビンと本当に飯行こうよ今度ねご飯食べ行こう
That sounds good. Good to me. Yeah.
Let us know when you're going, and we'll hide in the back and film you with the hidden camera.
OK コタクだけには
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Paparazzi.
コタクだけには言わないで
I like the Joy Division styled shirt.
あよく分かってんねその通りいや
I have a Joy Division shirt that I used to wear in the Grasshopper office. I still own that shirt, and I meant to bring it and wear it today, and I forgot it. So just imagine that I'm wearing that shirt.
OK でもちゃんとこれノーマンヒーローズだからね
Very good shirt.
ノープレジャーになってるっていうね
Known pleasures.
いやノープレジャー
What are the known pleasures of No More Heroes?
Probably a little bit of blood, a little bit of sweat, a little bit of tears, with some rock and roll mixed in.
ああちょっとこれもヒントになってると思う、うん、
I'm thinking. I'm gonna be thinking I'm gonna be consider this. This is good. Who is doing the music for No More Heroes 3?
あ今回ねまたちゃんと多分リリースも出てると思うんですけども金子信明さんっていうライズというバンドのドラムをやっててでソロでも音楽活動してるんですねで今日本では俳優さん役者さんとしてもすごく有名な方になっていて彼がすごく本当にめちゃくちゃゲーマーなんですよ日本のファミ通でも連載を昔持っててそのぐらい本当ゲームが好きな人で彼にちょっとオファーしたら一緒にやろうって言ってくれたので音楽も今回すごくめちゃくちゃかっこいい音楽になると思います期待してください
The music in No More Heroes. I've listened to the No More Heroes 1 and 2 soundtracks hundreds of times. The No More Heroes music is very good. It's some of the best video game music. It's beautiful. And I expect very good things from No More Heroes 3.
I'd say also that, some of my favorite filmmakers, Kubrick and Ridley Scott, the music is very important in their films. It's almost haunting and stays with you. And the music for No More Heroes works the same way. It's so unique. As soon as you hear that, it just takes you there.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
How about in No More Heroes 1 and 2, you save by using the toilet? It's very famous that Travis saves this game by using the toilet. Will Travis take a dump
Take a dump.
again in No More Heroes 3?
Take a dump.
もちろんそりゃそうでしょう Of course
Very good.
He's going to take a massive dump.
Take a dump.
Are we going to have any really good voiceover lines for Travis using the bathroom?
Let me just say that I've only done one session. We haven't really gotten into anything. I'm not going to say anything, but we've done one session. We did the trailer that people just saw, which was amazing. And if the first session is any example of what's to come, it's going to be a shit fest.
Take a dump.
Would you say that voicing the role of Travis Touchdown comes as naturally to you as
Taking a dump.
I guess it depends on what the diet is.
what does Travis eat? What's his diet like? Does he get fiber? Does he eat enough fiber? Does he have a good time in the bathroom, or is it difficult for him to save the game?
We haven't seen him eat a lot. I would think that he'd like Pop-Tarts for sure, like raspberry-covered Pop-Tarts, probably junk food, Coca-Cola.
ジャンクフードだしTSA ではやっぱラーメンばっか食ってたっていうのもあるんで、あんまりその、食物繊維は取れてないだけど例えば一応ねTSA やると分かるんですけど実はちょっと結婚していて子供もいるんですよなので、シルビアがちゃんと野菜取りなさいとはいつも言われているので、ちょっと気をつけてジュースぐらいは飲んでるかもしれないあとスムージーかな
Probably regarding the ramen noodles, like he probably goes to noodle houses and he's very specific about the way he wants his noodles. Like if you fuck it up, it's going to be trouble. He can eat all the junk food, but when it comes to that one noodle, it's got to be right.
そういやあとビールが絶対必要だったりとかねいや
So if Travis absolutely had to eat a vegetable, what vegetable would he eat?
全部ジャンバジュースで
if you see Travis, tell him that when I needed to eat more vegetables, cheese on broccoli, cheesy broccoli.
オッケー。おお、美味しい？
It's good.
ああ、良さそう。オッケー。ちょっと言っとくわ。
It's also good for the toilet.
Extremely. It's extremely good to this. When American children need to learn to eat vegetables, their mothers will make them broccoli with cheese.
ああ、そうだね。おお、いやいや。
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, it's almost over. Films and music and the influence of pop culture in general is always integral to a grasshopper game. I feel like it's a good idea to ask you, what movies have you been enjoying lately? What music have you been listening to lately?
最近見てるもの？やっぱりロッキーシリーズかな。やっぱり俺クリードも良かったし、で今回やっぱりノーマーヒーローズ3はロッキー3をすごくイメージして。
Well, maybe Travis's voice, could sort of be like this, We can always do that.
Yo, hey. Yo, Adrian.
下手くそ。
Hey, it's me, Rocky.
あ、ちょっといいね、ちょっといいね。
ちょっと俺練習します。今度なんか if you need a voice actor, let me know.
I can do your voice, though, so...
All right. Say,
Hey, it's me, Rocky.
hello, I'm Tim Rogers.
Hello, I'm Tim Rogers.
That's pretty close. Oh God, I might as well quit right now.
Get Michael Caine to do the interviews, He could sort of, just sit there and ask questions, you know what I mean?
Oi,
Take a dump.
Oi.
thank you very much for talking to me today. I had a it was wonderful.
ありがとう、ティム、本当、Thank you.
Let us meet again.
会おうね、OK。
I will be in Tokyo later this year. Maybe we can have something to drink, something to eat.
じゃあ、荻窪の彼女に会いに行くの？昔の彼女に。
彼女は結婚してもう子供一人いる。
そうか。ねえ、素晴らしい。
Where is... If someone was coming out to Japan and you wanted to show them a great place and have a good time, where would you take them?
別れた。
まず一番いいのはやっぱハトバス、黄色いバスなんですよね。とにかくいろんなコースがあって、でいろんな調子をするんですけども、なかなかその普段じゃ行けないような場所を案内してくるんですね、バスで。海外のみんな人気あるのがやっぱりロボットレストラン、めちゃくちゃ人気ある。
俺昔彼女とハトバスで
別れた。
千葉のシェイクスピアパークに行ったんだけど、
すごいね。そんなところ行くのハトバス。シェイクスピアパーク？
シェイクスピアパークというところが
あるの？
ある。
行ってみたい。
日本のすごい変なところがある。千葉に
千葉にあるんだ。ありがとう。
なんかドイツパーク、ドイツパークもあった。
そうそう、ドイツパークは有名。大人気。
なんかいちご牧場みたいなところ、なんかいちごが
いちご狩りした？いちご狩りしたんだ。おお、
いい思い出。Keep watching Kotaku.com. I'm Tim Rogers. I was born stupid. However, I will not die hungry. Video games forever. Kotaku.com.
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 I'll be back.
Take a dump.
Okay.